How's it going, guys? It is MattySports bringing my Week 6 predictions of the 2013 college football season. Last week in Week 5 I went 6-4 and I got my upset special incorrect once again. I had UCF over South Carolina, but UCF had a lead going to halftime, but they gave up the lead and South Carolina came back and won, so I'm now 2-3 on my upset specials, which kinda sucks, but the upset specials I have predicted have been really close to happening, so that's pretty nice. But anyway, let's go and move on to Week 6. I have 10 games for you guys here, so let's see what we got going. Our first game I have on here is North Carolina at Virginia Tech. Now, Virginia Tech came off of a huge win against Georgia Tech Thursday night, and North Carolina came off of a loss to Eastern Carolina. So this game's kind of easy for me to pick, and Virginia Tech is at home. So I like Virginia Tech winning this one over North Carolina because North Carolina lost to ECU, and Virginia Tech's defense looked quite impressive against Georgia Tech's triple option. Next up, we have Georgia Tech traveling on the road to number 14 Miami. I have Miami winning this game because Miami has just been rolling along without any problems, and Georgia Tech did lose to Virginia Tech last week, so I think their confidence is going to be a bit down, and I see Miami at home winning this game. It'll be, I think, about maybe 10 points, 2 touchdowns, but it'll be pretty close. Third game we have here is number 22 Arizona State traveling on the road to Notre Dame. Now this is Notre Dame's. Actually, no, never mind. This is actually a neutral site game. My bad. I have Arizona State winning this game because Notre Dame has been struggling. They've been struggling against every opponent pretty much, and Arizona State has actually not looked that bad this season. So I see Arizona State coming away with a win right here. Next up, we have a top 15 matchup in Washington traveling on the road to number 5 Stanford, number 15 Washington. I have Stanford winning this because Stanford is at home, and although Washington is looking pretty impressive, I think Stanford's defense is going to be too much for Washington, but I do think Washington does have a good enough chance to possibly pull off the upset, but because it is on the road and Washington plays better at home, I see Stanford winning this game. Next up, we have a Big Ten matchup with Minnesota traveling on the road to number 19 Michigan. Now, this game is really hard for me to pick because Michigan has not looked impressive lately. They almost lost against Akron a few weeks ago, and then they barely came off of a win against UConn. And I don't know, and Minnesota did come off of a loss against Iowa, but Minnesota is pretty physical, and they're not that bad of a team, but I'm still going to have to go with Michigan just because Michigan is playing at the Big House, and I'm not sure if Minnesota can handle the environment, so I see Michigan coming away with the win here. Next up, we have a Big 12 matchup of Kansas State traveling on the road to number 21 Oklahoma State. Now, Oklahoma State did come off of a loss to West Virginia, and Kansas State came off of a loss to Texas, so it's going to be, these two teams are going to try and bounce back after the losses, but at the end of the day, I see Oklahoma State winning this game because they are at home, and Oklahoma State has a much better offense than Kansas State, and I think they have a better defense than Kansas State too. Next up, we have an SEC matchup between Arkansas traveling on the road to number 18 Florida. Now, Florida did lose their starting quarterback Jeff Driscoll against Tennessee a couple of weeks ago, but their backup quarterback, Devin Murphy, has been pretty impressive from what I've seen. And Arkansas, they didn't play that well last week, and Florida has actually been handling their teams somewhat all right, although their only points they gave up last week against Kentucky was because of a fake field goal. So Florida's defense should be fine, and their backup quarterback is playing well, so I see Florida winning this game easily at the Swamp. And now, next up, I finally get to mention this team in a video again, a top 25 matchup of number 25 Maryland traveling on the road to number 8 Florida State. Now, I'm actually going to be going to this game personally with Matt from my Week 2 predictions, the other person that was there. He will be coming with me. And I go to a Florida State game every year, so this is the game I'm going to. Now, this should be a good game because it is a top 25 matchup. But in the end, I think this will be pretty close, but I see Florida State winning this game. And I'll say by about 7 points to 14. Between 7 or 14. It's going to be really close, although The reason why I like Florida State a lot in this game, and it is because Maryland has never won at Tallahassee, and Florida State has only lost to Maryland twice in the all-time series. So I like Florida State at home because they've never lost to Maryland there, and I see that trend still continuing, so I like Florida State in this game, and I'll be there watching. Next up, I have my upset special. This isn't a really big upset special. This isn't going to be like an unranked team beating a ranked team, but I have Missouri traveling on the road to Vanderbilt, and I see Vanderbilt winning this game. Now, Vanderbilt does have 2 losses, but their 2 losses have come to very impressive teams in Ole Miss and South Carolina. While Missouri's undefeated and their stats are better than Vanderbilt's, and Missouri is favored in this game, but I see Vanderbilt at home mustering enough strength to pull off this upset here to hopefully get my upset record back to even 500. And now we have the marquee game of the week of where College Game Day is going to be going to, and that is number 4 Ohio State traveling on the road to number 16 Northwestern. Now this is going to be a very good game. I see Ohio State winning this because Braxton Miller will be back and healthy, and even if something goes wrong, they still have 2 quarterbacks they can go to because their backup is just as good. But Northwestern is at home, and there's going to be a lot of fans at that stadium that want to support their team because Northwestern hasn't been like as nationally relevant as they have now in pretty much ever. So Northwestern, with College Game Days being there, they are going to just explode and cheer for their team, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. I think Ohio State is too fast and too physical for Northwestern, and I see Ohio State winning this game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below of the games I predicted. Any other games you're looking forward to this week, let me know. And I'm going to be at the Florida State game this weekend, so that'll be cool. But I guess I'll do it for me, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. This has been MattySports, and I'll see you guys next week for Week 7. Later, guys.